Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I make this knit top. It has a shawl slash turtleneck collar, which I'm not really sure the name of it. If you guys know, just let me know below. So if you guys want to learn how to make this, continue watching. And just to let you know, I did make a pattern for this, so get ready for that. So stay tuned. I'm going to be using this black turtleneck top and my wool sweater for the pattern. For the black shirt, I already tucked in the collar so I can get the neckline. I'm using this medical paper that I got from Amazon. It's really good for tracing and making patterns. Starting with the back pattern, I already folded my shirt with the back side out, and then I'm going to measure out how long I want my top to be. Taking my handy choker pin, I'm going to be marking out the length and also tracing the neckline and part of the shoulder. Switching over to my other sweater, I finish off shoulder line and making it a drop shoulder and finishing tracing out the rest of the shirt. The black top was more fitted and I want the shirt I was going to make to be more loose, and the sweater was perfect. And I went ahead and draw out the armhole by folding the sleeves in. Don't worry if your lines are curved or not straight or perfect, because we are going to go back and redraw them. Taking a different color pen, we're going to be straightening out our lines and our curves. Next, add your seam allowance. I'm using 1/2 inch. Our back pattern is now complete. All you gotta do is just label your pattern as back and draw a line on the center front indicating that it's going to be cut on fold. And next you can just cut out your pattern. Moving on to the front pattern, I took my black top and folded where the front of the shirt is out. It's very similar to the back pattern, but with the neckline is more lower and the armhole too. You might want to use your back pattern as a reference to make sure everything lines up. Again, taking the sweater, folding it where the front is out, finishing the shoulder, making a drop shoulder too, tracing the rest of your shirt, using a different color pin to straighten lines out, add your seam allowance, then cut it out. To make the sleeve patterns, I marked the top part of the shoulder and the bottom part and traced out the rest of the shape of the sleeve. Then straighten out your lines and curves, and of course add your seam allowance. The hem of the sleeves is all entirely up to you. I'm using 1/2 inch for mine. You can use 1 inch or even more depending on your preference and how you want your sleeve to look like. And I'm also using the pattern of the front to make sure that it all lines up. Label your sleeve and add your graying line at the top to indicate it's going to be cut and fold too. So this is all the patterns. For some reason the color footage didn't show up, so I will explain to you how to do this step later on in the video, because I did mess up and I had to make a new color, so don't worry. So this is all the patterns: the sleeve, the front, the back, and the collar. So I got 2 yards of this knit fabric. I'm not really sure about what kind of fiber content is it, but it's pretty stretchy, so maybe like a spandex mix with something. I don't know, but I got 2 yards. So I laid it out. I had the stripes running vertical, and first I'm going to be laying the front and the back pattern. Unfold. Next, pin down your pattern to your fabric. The leftover fabric, we're going to be cutting out our sleeves. You're going to be cutting out 2 pieces for this, and you want to line your fabric with the stripes vertical. Unfold. Here are all the pieces cut out. Again, the collar did not show up again, but I will explain to it a little later. But we're going to stay stitch the front neckline and the back. Pin together the wrong side of the front and back and stitch at the shoulder and side seams. The sleeve is very easy to do. Just have your fabric wrong sides together, pin and sew. I went and searched the edge of the sleeves and the bottom of my shirt. If you don't have a serger, you can just use a zigzag stitch. Pin the sleeves by turning the shirt inside out, and the sleeves should be right side out. So what I'm doing here with the collar is having the wrong sides together, so the right sides are out, and I stitch them together. And I found out this is the only easy way to pin the collar together and sew it. So here's the part when I say I messed up. When I sewed the collar on, I had all these excess fabric around the armpit, and I realized that the fabric wasn't really that stretchy enough to go through my head. So the collar, the neckline was really tiny and it couldn't go past through my head, so I took out the collar and made a new collar. And I think my original collar was about 17 inches, but then I made it to 22 inches because I remeasure, and then to add seam allowance it's going to be 23. So measuring at 23 on the paper, it's going to be on fold, and then I add seam allowance around the collar. If you guys are wondering why my collar is a lot longer than original, it's because I trimmed down my shirt, the neckline, about an inch. That's why it's a little bit longer. So for the collar, you're going to cut out 2 pieces, and I sewed them together. So it might be a little bulky when you sew them. But then sew them all the way around to a circle, and with the right sides together, I sewed them down. And then I pinned it to the shirt and I sewed it. It's time for the hemming. So like I said before, have an inch hem or half an inch, whatever you like. I end up using this edge foot for hemming my shirt and sleeve. I thought it would be an easier way to do because it has like a guide on the edge, and it helps you stay in place, and you'll get nice top stitching.